I'm sure they give it somewhere.
Oh, like all
something.
that's taken out.
All the organs are taken out?
No.
They're not? I thought they were.
No, you can't take people organs out.
Only if you sign the thing.
Oh, if you sign the thing, because wouldn't they start to rot?
Nah, you gotta bury them with their organs. If not, people just sell them on the black market.
I mean, I know like you can be an organ donor. Like, I know. How did we even get into this? But I know like on my license it says like I'm an organ donor, so like I know that. But I like how that's a whole question we might have to talk about.
Did you agree to be one?
Yeah.
Okay, it's controversial being an organ donor. Controversial.
Yeah. Is it?
They say that if you're an organ donor and you're at the hospital, they're not going to take care of you as well as they're going to take care of the people that aren't.
You think they're looking at the license?
They want your organs.
You're like, oh.
Just saying. I've
never heard. Oh, and I'm over here like I'm a hero. I'm saving someone little boy
We're
with
going to
a
be
life.
dead first.
Take that thing off.
Oh yeah, I've never.
Up, everybody, it's Brooke Jones, aka the Millennial Agent.
Hey guys, it's your girl Tyra Nicole.
Hey everybody, I am Nicole Pay,
And you are watching the RPR podcast.
Serious? Fired.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Real People in Real Estate podcast, where we talk about the real shit and not about real estate. I'm one of your hosts, Brooke Jones, aka the Millennial Agent.
What's up, guys? It's your girl Tyra Nicole here.
What's up, everybody? You are like special. I love you today. What's up, everybody? I am Nicole Pay, and today we have Demetrius Scott, the Legacy Real Estate Collective co-owner. Thank you so much for being here. Really quick before we dive into hot topics, tell us a little about Legacy Real Estate.
Thank you for having us.
Absolutely.
So my name is, like I said, Demetrius Scott, owner of the Legacy Real Estate Collective. So we're threefold. So we focus on real estate sales. So we've been in real estate for over 12 years. We've done over 200 transactions. But we really got started in real estate because we're investors at heart. So
amazing.
I'm really passionate about investing, building up the city. I'm from Detroit, born and raised in Detroit, still live in Detroit. So I'm passionate about rebuilding the city and being part of that renaissance. And then we're also educators. So we teach people how to invest in real estate all across Metro Detroit. So
okay. And you have a team, correct?
Yes. Yeah, we have a team under Keller Williams. So that's the Legacy Real Estate Collective, the team, and we help our agents as well. We like to call ourselves investor-friendly agents because agent is one piece of the business, but we're really about building the ecosystem and building generational wealth. So
love it.
It's allowed me to leave corporate America, worked in corporate America for a number of years. It's allowed me that freedom, and I like to teach other people how to gain the freedom as well through using real estate.
How cool. All right, that's about all we're going to let you talk about real estate.
It's all good.
So many questions, but
I know. All right.
We'll talk about
After hours.
Yeah, we'll talk after hours. Okay, we're going to dive into hot topics. So one of the things we talked about was real estate. Not real estate.
real estate. We're not talking about real estate.
It was R. Kelly, and I said real estate. R. Kelly made a music video, a song?
No,
I didn't even watch it.
It's this whole Chris Brown Residuals remake. Everybody know about that?
Yes.
Whatever. Everybody's like remaking it, and Tank started it. So R. Kelly threw his little spin into it from prison. And he was like on a collect call. Well, it was like, this is a collect call.
Oh my God.
And he was like, we only have 2 minutes.
Wait, we gotta pull up the song real quick. Anybody have the song?
I know. Do you like pull it up?
Yeah, we need to pull it up.
So he did it like on the video of a collect call?
Yes. And he was talking about where's his money. His whole thing was about like where's his money or whatever. Who's getting his money? Like he's like, who's getting all my checks? Something, I don't know. But I just feel like he could have kept it because this is my thing. He did the song, and everybody in the comments is all like, he's the king of R&B, free the king. And I'm like, free the king so he can be a predator to more women and children again? Like, I don't understand people's thought process these days.
Do you have it?
You got it?
Okay, so here it is, guys.
I'm sure it was fire.
I'm gonna take the headphones off.
I'm sure the song
I know.
was fire.
It was okay. It wasn't the best one, though. Yeah.
If I were Chris Brown, I'd be like, you can not ever.
Have you heard? Anybody heard the other ones?
No.
No.
Like Latasha Scott made one from Escape about their situation.
About their situation.
Yeah.
And,
hers was good. And Mario made one. I really liked his.
I saw Latasha Scott about how like she was kicked out of the group or whatever. Wasn't that? Is that the one you were
Yeah.
talking about? Yeah, I did see that.
About the
even know
group
this
and her
was going
husband.
on. It's a
Yeah,
challenge.
it's really
Totally
big.
missed it.
Yeah.
Just type it in
TikTok?
on TikTok or Instagram.
Oh.
Chris Brown
Isn't that what
challenge
Chris,
or whatever.
Isn't that song what Chris Brown won a Grammy for though? What did he just won his first Grammy, and wasn't it for Residuals?
It may have been, but I don't know.
I don't remember. I know he won his first Grammy, but I for some reason I think it was
Yeah.
for that. So all right, well,
So R.
can
Kelly
keep a song.
did his, and then some people was like, was it really him? Was it fake or whatever?
AI or something.
I think it's him only because I saw like this whole interview with R.
Mm-hmm.
Kelly like over the phone, like a call. So I know, and he was talking kind of like about the same thing, like stuff like that.
I'm still trying to figure out why we're even entertaining this guy.
I don't know.
Like literally why? Like
Just stop saying free R. Kelly, people.
Please stop.
Like in the comments.
I mean, everyone's saying free Diddy too, so there's that.
Did you
Yeah.
guys see? I can't remember
Stop saying that
the
too.
girl's name or the lady's name. The one that killed her daughter. She started a TikTok account.
Wait, she
What?
killed her daughter?
Yeah, I think that's what happened. She killed her daughter. Do you guys know what I'm talking about?
No,
No.
she started a TikTok account from
Y'all
jail.
algorithms are a little different than mine. I'm not catching none of
Yeah.
this.
She.
I know you're not.
No, it was like all over the news. If I say your name, you guys would know who I'm talking about. Let me find
Was it
real quick.
recently?
No, this is
Or-
a long time ago.
I didn't know you could do that from jail. Like
Make
you
phone
could.
calls and music and all this.
Yeah, like people
Yeah,
have burner.
you would be
I mean, I know you can make
surprised.
phone calls, but I'm like, how are you making
No, they
TikToks?
could watch TV and
But how are you-
like
how do you start a
internet.
channel?
All that. Tory
think
Lane
that's
just dropped
what
the
it
whole
was.
album from jail. He recorded
They
the whole
say
album.
jail is not even like
It blows
people
my
be
mind
just
how
trying to
you
go
can
to jail.
do that.
Need a vacation. Let me get away from that bitch.
Or they don't have no house to, like they're homeless or something. Like I'll just go to jail.
So like, there's a recording studio in jail. Like,
People get like time like to go like I don't know.
all right, well,
They
I
get
mean, you got technology, right? Everything with AI and stuff. So if you on the phone, you recording, and then they can take it to the
oh, I
studio
mean,
and chop
I
it
guess
up,
I never
Yeah.
thought
all
about that.
type of stuff. So
I mean, maybe I watch too many shows like Burner Phone, like hide it under the mattress.
they say it's almost like college, like being in college, a college dorm or something.
Listen,
That's-
I've been in
that's
college.
somewhere.
I was gonna say I've been in college.
no,
and
you heard that?
I don't know if you can compare college dorms to jail because I think that's a little
I
bit.
think it's not far off.
All right. Okay. So then we were kind of talking about Drewski, and you guys don't know who Drewski is.
No, break it down.
I don't even really know who he is. You guys.
I honestly found him recently. Like Ty was saying, he's connected to like
Kevin Hart and who?
Kai.
Oh.
Sinet. They're like big streamer people, and I'm pretty sure Drewski's like a comedian. Actually, he might have been at the when they had the was it the Super Bowl, the pre?
He was in the Super Bowl commercial.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just played in the All-Star Celebrity All-Star game for All-Star Weekend.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, that was what I was
All-Star
talking about.
game. He's an influencer.
And they did it on YouTube, right?
Did-
Before
hold
they
on.
streamed on YouTube.
Did All Star Weekend pass?
Yeah.
Yes.
I knew not. That is the first year I knew nothing about it. When was it?
February
Yeah.
14th to like 16th.
Something like that. It was like Valentine's Day weekend, so you might
I
have been
didn't
booed
like
up or
hear
something.
nothing about it or nothing.
Oh no. Yeah.
That's crazy.
So basically, he started his own reality, Finding Love on YouTube. And I wouldn't have even known about this if I didn't, William, if you're watching, I'm talking about you. If William would not have been in his man cave, like dying, and you guys know Will, like he's not really like very haha funny. I walked in, this man had like tears running down his face because he was like laughing so hard at this. And basically, he's trying to find love, and all these women are living in a mansion, and there's like a stripper pole in the mansion, and these women are how do I say this politically correct, guys?
Just say it. It's the real people.
Okay,
Real
so
podcast.
you said ghetto.
Gay.
They're ghetto. They're gay. Like some of them
they're
are gay.
gay?
There's some
He's
pretty.
gay?
No, no.
That's a hot take.
the thing.
So weird.
But like some of these women, like, and they do it like they get off a bus, and some of these women are like they are very much gay, and they're
Or
like,
like bisexual.
no, they're like please
what are
don't
they
sue
doing?
me.
Are they going on
Women.
dates with them?
Masculine women.
Yeah.
They're very
They're
thank
what?
you. They're very masculine. Like if there was a
Oh.
relationship between two women, they are definitely the men. in this relationship.
And he's entertaining.
And he's entertaining them, and they're trying to find love with. He has a little person on there, and it's quite interesting. It's on YouTube, so just
he'll
if
just,
you
like,
see this,
take
please
anybody,
give us like
basically.
pretty much.
Do they go
Okay.
on dates or like what's the concept of the?
I honestly, I'd have to. If William was here, I'm sure he'd probably elaborate. But I just watched like the first, like like The Bachelor when they get off the bus or whatever,
Yeah.
and the people meet and they talk. So he's sitting at this table, and these women are getting off a bus. Some of them have barely any clothes on. And then they go into the house, and like the first episode, some of these women are in the house, and there's already like fist fights breaking out, and like people on stripper poles, and so yeah, that's what he's doing now, and I couldn't believe it. I'm like, this is what
It's supposed to be his house that they're coming to?
no,
or-
it's like just a
house.
yeah.
It's
So
like the new Flavor Flav show.
times
Flavor of
10 of ratchetness.
I mean, but it's smart though. You think about
Oh,
it.
that's what I'm saying though. Like in the big picture, he's on YouTube, and then William said something about if you go through it, you have to like pay like $75 for the remaining episodes or something.
Oh yeah.
So he only gives you like so much, and then you have to pay.
Ty's heart is broken.
I know. I don't know how far you can get into it, and I don't even know if I'm assuming William paid for it because he's watching it. So
I did that
Better
with
check
Tasha
that
K.
bank account.
you did that.
With Tasha K.
Oh, it's probably from the business account.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even notice. But yeah, so but it's so smart because could you imagine like we're sitting here talking about it, like how many people actually tune into this, and
Let's find out.
you're gonna find out. You can. Oh, that's right. YouTube does. I would be interested. Talk about those numbers.
It
When you
tells
get
you
back.
how many people are watching, even if it's not live
No,
streamed.
not watching. Just like how many people.
Oh,
How many
views?
subscribed
How many
or
views?
whatever?
Okay.
How many people watch, and he does like an episode. It's very interesting. But he's a genius. Like he's a
Okay,
genius.
maybe I'll look into it when I get home
15
tonight.
million.
How many?
What?
15 million.
Okay, so think about that. That many people have watched it,
Jeez.
15 million.
and then
Years ago.
That's brilliant.
and then he's gonna charge after so many episodes for you to finish watching it.
15 million?
Think about how much money that is.
That's more than TV stations.
Insane. But it's I mean, it's one of
Genius.
those like things that you don't want to watch but you can't stop watching kind of thing. Like
I can't believe I'm
I
watching
can't believe I'm
this,
watching
but I'm
this,
watching
but I'm
it.
still watching it, and what happens in the next episode. So
All right.
congrats to him for being
Yeah.
a YouTube genius. So all right, let's dive into it. Let's start. Where'd you grow up? You said you grew up in Detroit?
Joy Road.
Yes, Joy Road, exit
Exit
9.
9.
Come up off the freeway. Sound like y'all didn't heard a little, heard some songs before. No, I grew up Joy Road.
What was that like?
Amazing. I had an amazing childhood. Grew up with my parents. I'm a middle child of 3. Got an older brother and a younger sister. And growing up where I grew up from, it taught me a lot. Taught me a lot about resilience, and it's kind of made me who I am today. The grit, the hard work, the street smarts, the savviness. But I'm able to translate that into business, into personal life, and things like that. But childhood was good. It wasn't like we were rich or anything, but we didn't know that until you get older and you like, oh,
It all makes
Right.
sense.
it all
Yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah.
That's why we had pizza every Friday.
But you were provided for, so.
Oh, for
you didn't
sure.
have to-
So it
yeah.
wasn't like we went without, but our parents always instilled in us hard work ethic, character, doing the right thing, and it's kind of translate into what I do every day. Is why I've come to be this community guy, right? I'm big on giving back. I'm get back on supporting, mentoring, and things like that. And a lot of that came from my childhood. I had mentors. I had people that I look to, not just my parents, but people around that kind of helped me grow into the man I am now.
Who were some of those mentors when you were a child?
I would say one of my biggest mentors, first, of course, my father. So my father is still my biggest mentor, my superhero, things like that. But I was in a program called the Midnight Golf Program. I'm not sure if you all are familiar with the Midnight Golf Program.
No.
But that program really opened up my eyes, and I'm still a part of it. I'm on the board. I've been a mentor, but it opened my eyes because I was able to see other men that look like me, that were doing amazing things in the world, and it wasn't just sports or entertainment and things like that, or negativity, right? So even though our parents kept us, in a nice space, it was still drug dealers right outside. It was still the normal things that you will see in an urban neighborhood such as Joy Road. But seeing men that was out there really inspiring and then coming back and supporting the youth and helping us, move to the next level, it's an experience that, you know, changed my life for the better and put me on a path to go to school and, you know, do the things that I've done throughout my career.
What did your parents do for a living?
So my mom worked for the city. So she worked for the city. Mom was a hustler. So she worked for the city. She baked cakes. She did nails. So she did a variety of things. My father worked in the automotive industry, but he was big on. He was our basketball coach. He was, you know, he was one of the only fathers in the neighborhood. So pops is pops to everybody. Like, even to this day, when you see him, everybody that's pops, because he's one of the only fathers in the neighborhood. But they, you know, we eventually middle class life. We eventually moved out of Joy Road to a better part of Joy Road, and then, you know, our parents eventually, when I was in high school, actually moved out of the city. And that was a big step, just to kind of open up my eyes, and it actually helped prepare me for when I went off to Michigan State, because I started, for the first time, I saw people that didn't just look like me. Right? So it helped me to start to build that diversity of thought, that diversity of perspective, and I put that into, you know, everything that I do now. So it was kind of good to see how hard work pays off. I seen where we started from. I seen what they were working towards, and the importance of putting goals out there and going after and achieving those goals. So it's exciting for me, now that I'm a father and a husband, to be able to instill those things into my family as well.
What high school did you go to?
Renaissance.
So how was that? So can you give us like a crazy high school experience?
Where did we
going
start? Probably one of the crazier experiences, and it started to happen often. You imagine going to school, everything is cool. You come out, you about to go to practice or you about to go whatever, and your car is gone. Ooh. Like, imagine that, right? So we had a thing, we moved to the new building, it was just down the street on how to drive, but people used to just come to the parking lot and steal our cars, right? Wow. And they had this persona, them Renaissance kids, I don't know if they thought we were soft or whatever it was, because we went to Renaissance, but that was probably one of the craziest experiences. You coming out, you know, you kicking it, you ain't rushing out of school.
Right.
All right, I'm about to get out of here. And then I'm like, wait a minute. Park, like right here.
So did it actually happen to you?
No, I'm talking about me.
Oh, you personally? Like, I thought it was just like you and your boys, or like, no, it actually like happened.
They stole my car and they used it to rob CVS's.
Stop.
Yes. So when they found my car, it was all type of deodorant and soap and all that stuff up under the seats and stuff like that. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, they was riding hard. They put gas in the car, so they like rode it like it was theirs. Yeah, that was different.
Did you end up? They ended up finding it, or
they ended up finding it because they got into an accident. So it was tough.
It
was cooked. I'm like,
that's crazy, because that happened to me a couple years ago, where I just woke up and like my car was literally just gone. But so I left like it was like some cards I left in the car. Don't ask. But yeah, I left like some of my credit cards and stuff were in the car. And they went to CVS. Like, one of the places they first went to was CVS. So like, what's up with that?
I don't know what's up with CVS. They had to go get some essentials.
I mean, mine was taken on
my driveway.
They
went to CVS in Coney Island.
I
got a chance to cut it off.
I woke up one morning and went to go to work, and my car was not in my driveway.
Wow.
Yeah.
So same thing. Yeah, same thing. It was, and then you'd be like, wait a minute. Like you,
right?
You like, make sure you're not tripping. Like,
yeah, I'm not. Yeah, like, am I tripping? Because my car is like not there.
I didn't have credit cards in there, but I had just gotten a new phone, so my old phone was still in there, and that was before like things automatically just transferred, where you had to go like plug it in and they would transfer everything. So I had my old phone in my middle console, so I get that I think Zoe's first like whole couple of years were on that phone, and I was like, I don't care. Like, I had a Cadillac at the time. I was like, keep the car. I don't really care. I just want my pictures. And it definitely was. Yeah. That was before anything like that. That is crazy. It is I forgot that happened to me. It is a weird feeling though.
You feel violated.
You feel violated, like, for sure. It's like
the
somebody's riding around like in my car.
Nah, it sucked too, because my parents had bought me the car, but after it got stolen, it was on me to get my next car. Oh, so I was like, nah, I got to figure this thing out.
So where'd you go from there? I'm sure you had insurance, right?
Yeah, but it was cooked. It was like no fault. It wasn't like I had a nice car. It was my first car. It's a Dodge Intrepid, a blue Dodge Intrepid. I remember that. I thought I was cool. It's like, this works. It was clean.
Right.
Then after that, it was just borrowing my people's car until I got to
Hey, pick me up
college.
on the way to practice.
That's
part,
messed up.
That part. But it's all good. It happens. It's part of the process.
What kind of car was it? Your first car? What kind of car was
He's
it?
a Dodge Intrepid.
Dodge Intrepid.
Okay.
Y'all remember Intrepid?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember.
You showing your age, bro.
Yeah.
I know.
That happens sometimes. When we-
So you said you're the middle child of 3.
Yes.
What's your relationship with your relationship like with your relatives, so your brother and sister?
That's family. Nothing is more important than family. So growing up, my brother, he's 7 years older. No, he's 5 years older, and my sister is 7 years younger.
Oh, okay.
So that the middle child is like, you were never the only child. You were only the baby for a second. So you're like trying to find your space in the household.
I mean, you had a
But
full 7 years though
Yeah.
of being the baby, so it had to be an adjustment.
It was different because you got an older brother.
Especially sister.
Yeah. When the sister came, it was over. Like,
Yeah.
that's and I never
Middle
understood
child
it.
syndrome.
Yeah,
It's
I
a real
never
thing.
understood it until I had a
It's-
daughter, and I was. Like,
I was gonna say, yeah, it's a
this
real.
is-
Yeah, let's talk about
This
that
is
because I
different.
don't know. Like, I'm the youngest, so I don't know what it is like to be
I'm
a
the
middle
youngest
child.
too. I don't know what's
I
What's
never
the
knew.
middle
I
child?
didn't know
How
until
is
I
it?
had kids.
You for me it was like, all right, you take the experiences of your older sibling, right? So he's older, and I'm like, oh, that's my brother. I look up, I want to hang out with him, but then it gets to a point where it's like, well, that 7 years start to make a difference because now you go into places that I can't go to.
Okay, right.
But my dad is like, no, that's your brother. Take care of him. So my brother used to be mad because he had to have his little brother tag
Yeah.
along.
Yeah.
So I'm
Yeah.
getting bullied, but at the same time, I'm like, I get to hang with the older kids, so I
Right.
get to experience with stuff. And some things I was doing, I probably shouldn't be doing. So when my friends wanted to hang out at certain spots, I was like, oh, that's old. Like I'm over it now. I've been using my brother
Been there,
ID
done that.
for the longest.
What's those spots, Meech?
Yeah,
Yeah,
let's talk about that.
Are we gonna
I
talk
think
about?
y'all started to talk about it earlier with the poll that
Oh, no shit.
At what age?
man, I'm incriminating myself, but it was young. It was,
You wasn't old enough to be.
Nah, I shouldn't have been in those places,
Yeah.
but it gave you some early exposure.
Yeah,
You think?
yeah.
You definitely learned. It's so funny that you're talking about that because we actually had this. I had this conversation with my older daughter. So I have 2 in the middle. So at one point when my oldest daughter was hanging out with our older son, it was the same thing. Like, Dominic, just grab your sister, take her outside. Like,
Yeah.
take her outside because there's 7 years between them too. And it got to that point where, especially as a boy and a girl, like they weren't. And then we had another daughter after, and she used to go everywhere with Zoe. So I said to her, I was like, do you remember those days that you always had to go with your brother? And now we have a 3-year-old, so now it's happening with our 3-year-old has to go everywhere with Avery. So have you guys seen that meme on Facebook where it's like you ask your parents if you can go somewhere and it's 2 dogs. They have like snow hats on. I'm going to have to show you guys after hours.
think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, and it's like you can go, but you have to take your little sister and it
Yeah.
pans over and the little sister's hat's like crooked and
Yeah,
the
yeah.
dog's like showing all its teeth and stuff. I showed that to Zoe today. We just had this conversation. And I'm like, do you remember what it's like? But it's hard to find that balance because then you have a little sister who's looking up to you
Yeah.
and wants to do stuff with you. And then as a middle child, like I'm seeing with mine, if we do something with the older one, the middle ones want to do it. And then if we show the younger one too much tension, the middle ones are like, I want to do it too. And I'm like, oh yeah. So it's a real thing. I didn't realize until I
it
had
was
kids
tough. And
either.
it was tough for my brother because I was a fighter. When I was young, I was a little rough around the edges.
Oh, so you were putting
Okay,
him
we need to
through.
talk about that.
I'll just pop off, and of course we can't go home. And my dad like, oh, you just let your little brother fight. You didn't jump in. So
Yeah.
I knew whoever or whatever. If I pop off, my brother was.
So how old were you when like all this was happening? Like if they're 7 years.
I was. I
You don't
jumped
wanna
off the
tell
block
us.
pretty early. But no, I mean, all through elementary, middle school, it probably wasn't until I got to high school I started to mature.
So you were going to the pole places in elementary school?
Nah, middle school.
Oh, I don't know. I said elementary.
I'm pretty sure they wouldn't let him in elementary.
Yeah, nah,
even
that's
middle
crazy.
school.
That's not even
like,
middle
pushing it.
school though.
I was a big fella. I was but
Oh Lord, have mercy.
Gotta do what you gotta do.
Middle. Thank God. Well, yeah, I have one more boy coming up. Man, middle school. That's like 12, like 13, 14.
at 13, you're a teenager. You can experience.
I love how you're
things.
trying to
Okay.
justify this. This is what's so funny about
So
this.
how long did this go on, like in your teenage years,
Which
until
part?
like you was like over
Any of it.
Like I've experienced everything.
Oh, I mean, probably like high school, 11th, 12th grade. So when I went to college, like I was super focused because
That's
when
actually good.
my
Yeah.
freshman year of college, I probably got the best grades ever because most people when they get to college, they just wild.
They wild
out.
out, yeah.
But you had already did it.
I was like, all right, cool, let's lock in. Like it wasn't much that I didn't see already.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it actually helped me. And I didn't really realize that until I got older and people like, you want to hang out, do this, do that. And I'm like, no, I'm kind of locked in right now. That's kind of passe.
Right.
But then I see it now it's like a flip-flop too with some of my friends that had kids earlier. So when I came back from school, I'm trying to hang out. We kicking it. They had kids. But now their kids are older and they trying to hang out. And I'm like, I got a 2-year-old and a 3-year-old at home. Like, I ain't trying to do nothing. So it's kind of crazy how life comes full circle sometimes.
So how were you guys with your sister then? Like knowing all the stuff that you got into.
She had it rough. super overprotective. We didn't let her do anything.
Boyfriends, how was that?
Ah, man, terrifying. She didn't want to bring nobody home.
Yeah, I'm the youngest girl with 2 brothers, so I get it. 2 oldest brothers.
On the flip side, she never had to worry about anything.
Yeah,
right?
that's true.
So I'll just call my brothers. Right. So if mom or dad say no, she just call her brothers. Still to this day, my sister is still the baby girl, and she gets taken care of.
Now, how close in age are you and your sister?
She's 7 years younger than me.
Oh, okay.
And my brother is 5 years older than me.
So they took like some long breaks.
Took a little time. So when my mom said she was pregnant, I thought it was a joke. I was like, what you talking? What y'all be doing stuff?
That still happens.
Y'all still do.
That's
funny.
Yeah. So then if there's what then 12 years? How many years between your sister and your brother?
What is that? 7, 5, 12.
12 years. Yeah. So I get it. I have a 19-year-old and 3-year-old. So totally get it.
That's a big break.
It's a big.
You go from college
How
to
you
diapers.
do it,
Yep. We have a almost sophomore in college, and we have no more diapers, ladies. I would just like to make that known.
Potty trained?
We are potty trained.
Hey.
We are out of diapers.
I remember that. Like, that's the best.
It is. It's like a
When
double-edged
that
sword,
happens,
You said your boy's older,
No, my daughter is she'll be 4 in July. My son just turned 2.
so potty training was probably not as bad with like girls aren't bad to potty train.
It was easy with her.
Okay.
Boys are a whole different specimen to potty train.
We're going through it right now.
I'm telling you, like, because everyone's like, he's almost 4. He'll be 4 in June, and I'm like, listen, I'm not rushing this. Because the minute I rush it, it's just gonna backfire. He'll figure it out, and all of a sudden, it was just one day. He was like, "I mean, do you want to put your pull up on?" He was like, "No." I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
And then never went back. Like, make it through the night, completely dry. So it's a little bittersweet.
Yeah.
My last one, a little bittersweet, but it is a great feeling not taking a diaper bag everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We still do a change of clothes. I will keep a change of clothes, but just wait.
Just in case.
Just wait.
It's
Yeah.
like, now I'm still. I keep diapers in the car. It's never.
Oh,
enough.
everything. We
Everywhere.
were keeping
I
a potty
remember
chair in the trunk. Like,
That's different.
yeah, like we had a little potty chair in the trunk because when he's like, I gotta go, like he's 3, like there's no like hold it, wait to the next exit.
Yeah.
So there's times, and he won't go outside either.
I was going to say, why doesn't he just go outside?
He
and
won't.
play?
I don't get it. Like he will not. Will has tried.
Yeah.
Like we'll just pull over, and nope, he won't. Yes. Like so. Yes, we are out of diapers. There is a light at the end of that tunnel. But
Nice.
so you have a 3-year-old and a 2-year-old.
Yes.
How long have your wife and you been together?
We've been married. It'll be 5 years in
Congratulations.
December.
Congratulations.
Yes, congratulations.
Thank you. We've been together since we were 16. So
What?
Oh wow,
sweethearts.
high school sweethearts.
Let's talk about that.
Yes.
So how is that? Because we talk a lot on the podcast about like how you met your significant other and things like that. But I don't think we ever had anyone that
No,
was
that
like
was-
high school sweethearts.
It's it's a lot. We grew. Are y'all the same as y'all was when y'all was 16?
Hell no. I'm not the same I was at 30.
So
Like
it's-
40, 30, 20.
That's
we
why
can keep
I'm
on
not
going.
married no more because I got married when I was 22, and we weren't the same
Nope.
people.
Yeah.
Same thing. Yeah.
No, we've been locked in. I mean, it's interesting. So our families kind of know each other.
Okay.
So it's kind of been intertwined. I think we probably known each other since we were like 9 or 10, but it wasn't. Nobody ever thought about it like that. But it wasn't until later on in life, things sparked and stuff. But yeah, we went to Michigan State together. She's a year older in school, but we're the same age.
Okay.
We're both Tauruses, so that's
Ooh.
Okay,
that's
Is that the bull? Isn't it the bull sign?
yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I like Tauruses.
Yeah, so that's
Yeah.
fun.
What did
Yeah.
you guys go to school for?
I went to school for accounting, so my background is in accounting. So I did accounting for a number of years. This is always business. I always knew I wanted to go into business. Didn't really know exactly what in business I wanted to do. So accounting is the language of business. So if you understand the numbers, you can understand other aspects of the business. So I used that to kind of launch my career. Worked a number of years in public accounting, then worked for a large bank, and really got into philanthropy.
Okay.
Because it's always been, like I said earlier, a passion to give back. So I moved into corporate philanthropy and started teaching financial education. So found that passion for teaching. So right now I teach investing, but I still teach financial education as well, because that's the foundation of everything, right? So no matter what career you're in, whether you're making 100,000, 50,000, or $1 million, you need to understand how to manage your money. So that's something that I still do, and go back and teach, and I still teach it for Midnight Golf and some of the other programs and stuff like that. But Connie was my background. I always loved numbers, but growing up, I played Monopoly like every day. I was like one of those kids.
We're a big Monopoly family.
Yeah, that's
we did
how
that
we
during
were
COVID. Like
up,
it got deep during COVID. We did that during COVID, but we have the electronic Monopoly.
I
Like
didn't
where
that ain't the real Monopoly.
yeah, like where you have like cards.
Nah,
and you have to do anything.
to hide money. You
Oh,
gotta
but that's what started to happen. Is
I need
people
the actual
started.
hotels and houses.
They have all that, like, but instead of like all the money, like there was
credit card?
it's a credit card.
Oh, yeah,
that
I've
you
heard
would
of that.
swipe. So it got deep. Like
I've heard of
we were
that.
like taking our like cards and the houses, and people were hiding them because this game went on for weeks. Like
That's how Monopoly could be.
yeah,
Like it
it
could
never
go
left
on,
the
like,
kitchen
forever.
table. It went on for weeks during COVID.
Monopoly was responsible for a lot of fights growing up.
I can see how that could turn into that.
A lot of flip tables, but
Were you always the banker?
I tried to.
I can see that. I can see that. Like, I'm the banker.
It's crazy because we always played Monopoly growing up, and it was just like a game that we always played. So when I became, like, this is recently, probably like within like the last 5 years or so, I finally played Monopoly again, and it was like so easy.
I've never. I don't.
It was like so
You've never
easy.
played Monopoly?
My family doesn't want to sit around the table and like the board for like an hour or two. Also, we weren't really a big board game
Oh, we were
family.
huge.
Yeah,
board
we
game
were
family,
like
huge.
coming up. Yeah.
So you say you never played Monopoly?
I mean, I probably played it a couple times, but it's not something that I played.
Like, it gets
I
intense.
think it's like
a
like the
staple.
different generation. I think like with
It
our
could be, 'cause
generation,
we're the same
it was
age,
like
so-
board games.
Yeah,
like,
it was all board games.
all board games.
Board games were huge.
And then it like kind of faded out and went away. So that's probably.
Huh?
I think it's just trash talking.
It is.
And
it's-
cards, like board games, cards, like that was before the internet and all of that stuff like came along.
Like, we actually had like family game night. Like, we had to like start, and even as adults, like growing up, like in my early
That's
20s, like
nice.
we would do like game night and stuff like that, and everyone had to bring a game,
yeah.
and we would play game. But it gets pretty heated.
I
It does.
just learned how to play dominoes.
Are you serious?
Okay. So don't invite you to the cookout.
No,
I was gonna say, like,
No, I know
you
how
didn't
to
grow
play
up
it
playing
now.
dominoes?
No, like I remember like seeing it, but it's like I couldn't remember like how to play or something.
You know what game I did learn and I never knew how to? Is it Dunk? No, what is it?
Tunk.
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 I said Dunk.
Yeah,
Tunk.
tunk.
That was one game I never knew how to play. But isn't
Tunk.
it like euchre?
I don't know what euchre is.
No.
So no.
We played
No,
tunk.
not like you.
What is the game that's
Rummy
comparable
Cut.
to?
It's like Rummy Cut.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's a game that like I remember growing up, like culturally differences, like euchre for like.
Spades.
Is it spades? Maybe that's what it
Spades
is.
and tunk
Okay.
was-
So I'm
was
like,
it.
I remember like growing up, like in my culture, euchre was like, and like
Okay.
William's like, you don't know how to like spades. I've never played before.
What?
Never played spades,
You can get it.
but I can play.
I love spades.
like-
That's like I love cards.
Trumpet space, that's it.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's all it is.
I could do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were
Nah, it's still
super.
strategy. Like you gotta know how to play
Do
spades.
you play
Yeah.
partners with spades? Like you do
Yes.
euchre?
Yeah.
And
We might have
You
to
gotta
gets
play to
intense.
win. That's
We
what
might
my
have
dad
to have
always
like a
said. Play to
family
win.
like
We should.
card
That'd be
night.
fun.
Like
I would love that.
we should
Absolutely.
do that. We'll have to invite you and your wife now that we're planning this.
Yes.
Let's
We'll
do
just
it.
have to do like an event where we do like a game
Cards,
Game
board
night,
games.
board games.
Yeah.
Huh?
Game
What?
night.
What?
Nick Cannon has a show where they just play spades and they be talking trash.
We should do that.
It's cool.
I ain't heard of
Oh
that
my
one.
god, I would love that.
Yeah, like I need to get caught up on spades though. I'm not Really good
Yeah.
on that. So, like growing up, like did your family like do that a lot too?
Oh,
like,
for sure. Game nights.
was it just Monopoly or was there any other games? I'm trying to think like what
we played cards. We played spades, tongue, but Monopoly was like my
Yeah.
thing. Like,
Yeah.
anytime at any place, like I would want to pull out Monopoly, and my
Do you
cousins
remember
used to get mad.
Do you remember what your character was?
I was the dog.
Oh my God, so was
I
I.
was a dog
Do
every
you know what
every
yours?
time.
Do you know what yours was?
I
was
would
always the dog.
change. I would change. I wasn't like always like something.
I used to get mad if someone
Yeah.
just tried to take the dog. Like no.
Let's talk about Michigan State.
I don't think I
'Cause
have.
I know it gets rowdy at Michigan
Go
State
green.
over there.
Oh,
Yeah, go green, go white.
sorry, I'm gonna drink my drink now.
Did your so you said your wife is a year older than you.
Yeah, yes, in
Grade
school,
wise.
but we're the same age.
So
yeah.
she went to Michigan State first.
Yes.
Is that what kind of made you
Ha, that's
go to
funny.
Michigan
That's
State?
funny. No, that's not.
He said
You followed her.
Yeah.
She would like to tell that story, but no.
we're okay with it.
It
You
was.
can.
They gave me the most money. So
For what?
For business school.
Okay.
Nice.
So they gave me the most money.
What did she go to school for?
She went to school for. She was going to be a doctor,
Okay.
but now she's a mortician.
Ooh.
So she went from working on live people to working on dead people.
Wow.
Let's talk about how do you transition into that? I'm sorry, I know you're about to talk about a state, but like a mortician,
So
like
her family was her grandfather owned a funeral
okay,
home, so she
that
grew
can
up.
make a little bit because I don't know anyone's like wakes up one day like I want to be a mortician.
Yeah.
Is it a thing?
I still don't know how she does
I don't
it.
know how you do it either. Oh wow.
You guys don't talk about it?
Yeah, do you ask questions?
I don't ask questions. She talks about it, but I just nod and say
So
okay.
so you probably know the process when a body is given to them.
Mm-hmm.
It's embalmed.
What do they do?
It's
You
embalmed.
gotta embalm it.
Embalm
you
it?
gotta
So
drain
what does
the
that
blood out and put embalming fluid.
You put embalming fluid in the veins, and it helps it not.
rot. and
basically.
What do
smell.
they do with all that blood?
I don't know.
gross.
You might have to call your wife and ask her.
Yeah, I don't want to say something and it's not right,
And it's
but
not-
they,
But all the
I'm sure they
organs?
give it somewhere
Oh, like
to
all
something.
that's taken out.
All the
yeah.
organs are taken out?
No,
They're not. I thought they were.
no, you can't take people organs out.
Only if you sign the thing.
Oh, if you sign the thing, because wouldn't they start
It'd be-
to rot?
it'd be-
No, you gotta bury them with their organs. If not, people just sell them on the black market.
I mean, I know like you can be an organ donor. like I know. How did we even get into this? But I know like on my license it says like I'm an organ donor, so like I know that. But I like how that's a whole question we might
Did
have to
you
talk about.
agree to be one?
Yeah.
Okay,
absolutely.
it's controversial being an organ donor.
I know.
Controversial.
Is it?
They say that if you're an organ donor and you're at the hospital, they're not going to take care of you as well as they're going to take care of the people that aren't.
You think they're looking at the
They
license?
want your organs.
You're like, oh.
Just saying. Just
I've
saying.
Yeah.
never heard. Oh, and I'm over here like I'm a hero. I'm saving someone little
And
boy
you're
with
going
a
to be dead
life.
first.
Take that
hope
thing
that's a myth.
off.
Oh
Let's hope
yeah,
that's a myth.
I've
They talk-
never
that's what
heard
they
that
say.
before. I just thought of it like if obviously if something happens to me, if I can save someone's life, I would absolutely want to do that. But
Yeah, no, looking at his
are you looking at your license?
Trying to make sure he's good.
No, I mean, I understand where you're coming from.
When you're
Yeah.
saying that though, it kind of like makes a little bit of
Yeah,
sense.
'cause
I got
people
kids.
don't
Please
care.
save my life.
They
I
don't
got
care.
kids.
Insurance, would they rather keep you alive?
Huh?
You got good insurance, would they rather keep you alive?
No.
Insurance money
For
versus,
good insurance money?
yeah.
No.
Like, if you got, like,
I think
They want your organs just like they want our feet and our
just
hands
gonna
and
say
our
in your
arms
skin.
and our legs.
In your skin.
$1 million.
That's why they be so quick to cut our legs off. That's a whole nother subject, but yeah.
I learned a lot so much in this last 30 minutes.
Sorry. Why do they cut your legs off?
Because you know they're like you got diabetes or something. We're gonna have to just cut your
amputate it.
legs off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what do they
want
get out of it?
The melanin.
Oh,
told you about
okay.
it.
That's why I
told
said your
you about
skin. That's
the
why I said we've
melanin.
talked about that. That's a whole.
Yeah, do
nother-
you know how much
That
an
was
arm
one of
is
our
worth?
earlier podcasts about melanin being sold. That's a whole.
Yeah.
Nother. We won't. Okay.
Okay, so
Let's get back to Michigan
Okay, so then
State.
they embalm the
Yes.
body,
Yeah.
and then the funeral happens or whatever.
Yes.
Do you feel like it affects her being in that environment all the time?
She's probably gonna watch this, right?
Yeah, probably.
I mean, I don't know. Did you tell her you're here?
I
She-
mean,
she knew where
I just
I'm
feel
at.
like that would
Like
bring
we
me
can call her
down.
But no, I
after.
think
Like
it
I'm
has to
so
have an
interested.
impact.
It has to.
It
Like
has to
there's
have an
no
impact.
you're not like you're not a
Yeah.
robot. You're still a
Yeah.
human, and I could only imagine, like
Yeah.
even
The craziest time was
children or
probably COVID.
COVID. I
COVID
know.
was ridiculous. It was
So
like,
she was like still working all through COVID, or like how does?
all through COVID. She was working a lot more actually. So I'm in the house. It's COVID. We're real estate. I'm at the house and she's working.
And did you have any
10,
kids?
12-hour
Wait,
days.
how old are your kids? 2 and 3.
No, we
You
didn't have kids at the
Oh,
time.
you were going stir crazy.
It was cool. I had the house to myself. It was
Oh.
cool. But no, that was
Now
that
that
was
she's
tough.
probably gonna watch. So just saying, stir
Nah,
crazy
it was-
might have been like, baby, I missed you so
Yeah,
much.
where you been all day?
Where you been all day? Not
But no,
like,
that was
what time
wild
you going
times.
back?
That was wild times.
Wow.
Yeah.
So how long? So she's been doing this since college? Since she got out of college?
Probably a couple years out of college. She worked a couple other. She did some other things first. She was in the medical field, and then she's probably been a mortician 8-9 years maybe.
Okay.
I really want, like, we're gonna have to call her after hours. I'm really intrigued by this organ thing because I'm trying to figure out, like, when you embalm, it goes in your veins, though, right?
Yes.
So how does that?
Girl, cancel the organ thing. That's all you
No, I want to know how the organs then don't start to.
I mean,
rot,
it's not like you're just sitting there for years.
That's true.
But it you ever touched a dead body? Like it's cold.
Yes, they're cold, right?
Yeah, so that it preserves it. And they put it in.
Okay,
freezer
that
and
makes a
things
little bit
like
more
that.
sense.
Okay.
I wasn't on the organ. I was just trying to figure out how they're like it wasn't starting
They preserve.
like things were starting to happen,
Yeah.
like naturally happen to an
Yeah.
organ when it dies.
It's different,
So-
but she dope. Like she'll do that, and then she owns a charcuterie business. She
what?
does charcuterie.
What is that?
So
Like the boards,
cheese,
like the
meat,
charcuterie
and
boards, like
Oh.
the different boards with all the meats
She
and
was
cheeses.
just on the news.
and...
Like what was that Sunday?
no way.
Wow.
On her charcuterie business. We have
Okay.
Plug her business. What's her business?
it's called Grazing Heart Charcuterie.
Oh,
so
nice.
we have a charcuterie cart. So we'll come to your event and we'll serve you charcuterie like ice cream. So you come up and you pick everything you want: grapes, strawberries, your different cheeses and things like that. Make it right in front of you. But we do
Wow.
grazing tables, boards. So if you're ever having any events, it'll be perfect for here. You know,
Yeah.
you can
Yeah.
cheese and crackers.
How
and-
did she get into that, or was it just a side passion?
I like charcuterie, and she made it for me for I don't know if it was Sweetie's Day or one of those holidays, and she like posted it on Instagram, and people like, oh, that's amazing, I want to buy one, and
Like how?
It just went crazy.
we hustlers, so
Yeah,
we
that's
got several
cool.
businesses. We own a hearse too.
What?
We own a hearse, so we rent our hearse out. It's crazy, right?
That seemed like a really good business, though.
Right,
What
Tyra's
really
like,
sure.
It's
5 stream of income.
It's
That's what they
it's,
say.
I like it a little bit more. I wouldn't say more than real estate, but it's a little like hectic. Nobody's calling
Yeah.
me about a toilet going out or I need to replace a roof. You just keep gas in it.
But
and
I
the
bet
oil
it stay
change.
rented, though. Yeah.
It does. It does. And I drive it.
You drive it?
Yeah,
Just
I gotta-
randomly,
I
you
don't know
just
if
jump
I
in
could
there?
do that.
Now I gotta get it cleaned and stuff like that. But I've
Okay.
drove it to like showings before.
No. Oh my god.
Could you imagine when your real
That's the
estate
craziest real
shows up
estate
in a
story
No,
ever.
I think that might be like the
Wild.
actual. That's like one of the
What do
questions.
people
You can't even ask
say?
them that
It's
question now,
not
but
like I do it all the time. Where I didn't do it for somebody that was like, oh, this is my first time meet you. I'm gonna pull up in the hearse, but I had to get the hearse washed.
do you ever have
and I
you
had
ever
to show
recorded it? I would ask. No, I would like.
You should literally on Halloween put like a fake dead body in the back, and then do a prank on somebody.
Oh, that would be mean.
We open it up. You know how to do trunk or treat?
Yeah.
We do it with the hearse.
Oh, that would be
Oh,
good.
that'd be
Put
fun.
Candy and all
Yeah.
that stuff in the back of it.
I
The
mean,
kids are going up to the hearse like,
Yeah.
what's this?
I'm still at the pulling up.
Right,
And
on
a
the showing.
showing.
What did the person say?
I knew him, so I can.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So that
okay,
was
that's
good.
different.
Hey, I
no, you
had
gotta
to-
do it. You have to do it when like
To surprise him, I
Yeah.
gotta have a camera and
you
all
have to
that.
have someone
Yeah.
like have your
Dash
wife
cam.
meet you or something like recording
It'll be like,
from
never
like,
mind, I have a body in here, but it's fine.
I'm
It's fine.
doing a delivery.
Yeah, they
I'm
they got time
special.
in their hands.
Special delivery. I got about an hour before I gotta be there.
That's a good, like, remember that show Punked?
Uh-huh.
Like,
That would be a good one.
Yeah, no, I like it. I like it.
Wow.
Driven it with a body in it? Like, have you ever
Nah, you gotta be licensed to do that.
You do?
Really?
I didn't know that either.
Nah, you
Driver's
can't just be
license?
driving
I'm
like bodies around.
Okay.
Wait, you guys, I've
didn't know
seen
that.
this thing on the news. It was probably about a month or so ago. This couple, they started a business where they were basically they were getting dead bodies, but they were doing things in a different way. Like I don't know, like with the bodies, like they were supposed to be doing things like the nice way, right? So they started
Yeah.
this business. People were sending their families' bodies to them, so that way they could, you know, do what they had to do. They were entrusting in them that there was like a good business. Do you know they found that all these bodies were in a room? And they were taking the money and they were spending it on other things. Like they were scammers. Like they found all the dead bodies.
Wasn't it? I thought it was like, wasn't some of them like in the ceiling? What? I remember hearing about this or something. Is that what I'm talking about? Were they like in the?
She don't work for them, so.
What is it? She's talking about what?
She's talking about the funeral home.
The funeral home, and like they were putting like bodies in like the ceilings.
No, this isn't a funeral home.
What were they doing with the bodies?
I know what you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking
They
about?
were just leaving them. And they were using the money that people, paid them.
So what happened to the funeral? Like, where was the body?
They never had a funeral home. They were just putting it in a room at their house.
That's wild business.
Oh my god!
That's
like
wild business.
People are like
wow.
insane.
That's a good turn. So Michigan State.
Yeah. Wow.
So Michigan State. So what was your first year like at Michigan? Well, I know you were,
I was locked in.
Yeah.
Locked in.
He got all that before. He got all that out
So
in
you didn't
middle
go to
school.
no parties or
No,
anything?
of course, no.
You can't go to Michigan State. Listen, I'm a Michigander from.
Yeah.
I even work at U of M now. Like from the word go blue. I've been some of the best parties at Michigan State.
Absolutely.
I'm not gonna lie. Like I hate to even admit that, but there was
down to earth people. ever.
there's been some fun times at Michigan State.
No, Michigan
No
State
doubt.
it's probably one of the best experiences in life. You get to see so many people from so many different cultures, from so many different walks of life. Like I got friends that are from other countries. I got friends that are from here that I never knew and things like that. I traveled, so I did study abroad.
Where was that?
I went to Africa twice.
Oh,
Went to
wow.
South Africa twice. I went to Cuba. I spent New Year's Eve in London. So,
Wow.
like, I'm big on travel. I think
Yeah.
life should be experienced through travel.
Where did you go in Africa?
Started in Johannesburg and made all our way to Cape Town. So we stopped in like Port Elizabeth, George. We stopped in a lot of places throughout. And it was business too. It was a business trip. So you were able to see businesses from, people that were just handcrafting things and making resources all the way to building yachts and things like that. So it was about doing business.
And this
in
was all
Africa.
through college?
Yep. Through
Okay.
college. Yep.
That's cool.
So
That is pretty amazing. That's what an
it
experience.
was a dope experience. And I
And
still
you did
got
it
friends.
twice?
Yeah, I went to South Africa twice, went to Cuba, went to London. Where else did I go? I think that was it. I think I went to Mexico maybe. But yeah, all through study abroad programs. I was a part of the business college, and there's a program called the Multicultural Business Programs. And that was one of the ones too. So Midnight Golf transitioned into the Multicultural Business Program, where it helped expose me to a lot of employers. It actually helped me get through college. It like told you which classes to take, which teachers. We had a tutoring program. I was a tutor, so it kind of really instilled that whole circle of life into me. Like, all right, I took tutoring, passed the class. Now I'm going back. I'm tutoring the next generation.
Okay.
Or I was a part of a summer business institute. So that's how me and my business partner Quay with the Legacy Real Estate Collective met. I was a year older than him, so I did the summer business program, and then the next year I was a counselor for the summer business program, and he came into the business program.
So you talked a lot about the Midnight Golf program. That's what it's called. Can you tell us more about what is that?
Yes, so it's all about life skills, and we do learn golf, but we use the game of golf to really teach you about, life. Yeah. Golf has a lot of translations to life. So golf is a game you versus you. And usually how people act on the golf course, it tells you a lot about their character. A lot of business deals, a lot of networking happens on the golf course. So we teach them that aspect, but it's the soft skills that really help. When I got to school, when I was saying I was locked in, it helped separate me from every other, I wouldn't say every other, but it helped me separate me for a lot of the freshmen that came in, because we went through skills like resume writing, dining etiquette. So I knew early on which fork and knife to use, how to fold my napkin, like little things like that. Financial education, civic responsibility. So their program is still going on to today. And we actually are doing a ribbon cutting. We just got a new building. Just students that started coming in like a month ago. We got a new building right downtown on 2nd. But it's a program that, like I said, opened up my eyes. We got to Michigan State. We started a collegiate chapter up at Michigan State because we had students coming from the program to Michigan State. So when I was in the program, it was about 70 students. Now we take in about 250, 260 students per year.
Wow.
And
What's the age?
It's
for that?
all high school seniors.
High school seniors. Okay.
It's a college prep, college readiness
Preparatory.
program, but we provide a lot of scholarships. So each year, 200,000 plus in scholarships that we provide to the students. In 2 weeks, they're going on a road trip for success. So it's more than a college tour, and that was kind of again helping me get exposure. So we go to these different colleges, but in addition to the colleges, we do cultural experiences too, museums. We taking the students to dinner. Some of them it's their first time ever being outside of Detroit. So we taking them to these places and kind of really instilling these values in them, and it kind of helped me as well to learn those different life skills. So I was able to get an internship my freshman year because I knew how to write a resume. I practiced interview skills. I knew how to negotiate, and these were all the life skills that we learned in Midnight Golf, and that is still being taught today.
Love it.
And your father was involved in that as well?
So my father became a mentor when I came back and started mentoring. So he became a mentor. We mentored together. That was probably like the most full circle moment I'd ever had. Like the program helped me when I came back mentor. I brought my dad. My sister went through the program. My little niece and my godson is in the program right now. So it's been in my family for
That's cool.
a long time.
Yeah.
That's
Definitely.
super dope. Yeah, I love that. So do you think you can accredit your wanting to like give back and be, like a teacher and all of this to that?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Without a doubt, it helped me find my true passion. When I went to college, I was chasing the money. So I went into accounting because not only was it the language of business, I was looking at, all right, how much do people make when they get out? And it was one of the highest paid. So if any advice I can get is somebody, don't chase the money, chase the passion. And as I got older, I realized that my passion was in education. So that's why I've launched the education program to teach people what I'm passionate about on the real estate side. But yeah, it's all about, if I wasn't part of those programs like Midnight Golf and multicultural business programs, I wouldn't have been able to do some of the things that I did. I've never been in a room like, I'm the smartest person, I'm just brilliant. I just knew how to utilize my resources, and that's what Midnight Golf kind of taught me, the network, and still to this day. I mean, we're on here today because I network.
Yeah.
Right? I know Robert from being out and, things like that. So those skills that I learned when I was 17 years old is still true today at 35. So.
Yeah, I think that's tough for kids these days, networking. Like, they don't want to get out, they don't want to network, they don't know how to start conversations. So
it'll be tough.
What tips do you have for anybody that's maybe going into their senior year of high school, and they're looking to network, or they don't really know what career path they want to go into?
No, I would say your network is your net worth, right? So if you're afraid of networking or speaking to people, it's going to get real tough for you out here in life. So I would say that's the first thing. And then the next one would be find something that you're passionate about. It's nothing worse than waking up and doing something every day that you just hate and it's miserable, right?
Right.
And when I left corporate, I didn't realize how my job when I left, I wasn't miserable, but I always knew I wanted the freedom of running my own show. So when I left, like, everything changed. I lost like 20, 25 pounds. Like, I'm working out. I'm focusing on my mental health and things like that. But I did those jobs because I was chasing the bag. Like that was all that was ever really instilled. Like, all right, you got to go make this money, do this, you take care of your family. But then as you get older, you realize that it's more than money. Money is just a tool. Money is just a tool. And it's so many different ways to make money out here.
Yeah.
So.
I think with older generations, I notice it because I'm 43 and my husband's 45, and I notice it with our parents. It wasn't so much about following passion or dreams; it was being complacent or just riding the wave. Like, there was never challenging. That's why so many parents are in automotive or corporate world, because it was a stable foundation that they could build, but there was never anything out of the comfort zone. So then when we came up doing stuff out of our comfort zone, like, same thing for me. I was forced to go to college, had to get the degree, corporate America. I left corporate America. I went back to corporate America. So I think you get so stuck in how your truths of your parents that trying to step out of it makes it difficult. And now we have younger generations that we're going to be fighting different battles because, like you said, about networking, our kids, between the phones, the electronics, the computers, even my middle schooler and my elementary kids, they have computers that they bring home every day. So even trying to get them out of that, I think that's where we're in this weird middle phase, stuck between two different generations of learning or even socializing. And it's going to be so different, for our kids coming up.
Absolutely. I'm interested to see what that next generation
Yeah.
looks like. But back to your question, I would just say find something you're passionate about and give it your all. A plan B is just a distraction from plan A. So if you're passionate about something, go after it and have faith. Like, faith is the reason why I'm able to do what I do. It's not because I'm smart or I figured it out. I just got faith. When a deal goes bad, I know a good one is coming, and I just keep it moving.
Size of a mustard seed.
That's great.
Keep it moving.
Can you talk a little bit more about your actual program that you have?
So the Legacy Real Estate Collective, we have our accelerator program where we're teaching people about getting your first or next investment property. So whether you're a beginner or maybe you've dabbled in real estate, you've bought 1 or 2 houses, we actually walk you through the 7 proven steps of how to invest in real estate. So we have a proven system that we've learned and failed and learned and failed over the years to help us get to the point that we're at now to be able to do. We've done over 50 transactions from a real estate investing side, and we're constantly acquiring property and helping others acquire property. So it's a 6-month program where you're in the program. We meet once a week. On the off weeks, we have office hours where we're actually helping people. We'll go to the property with you. We'll open you up to our resources, whether it's contractors, whether it's funders, title company, and things like that. So really teaching you the nuts and bolts about how to get into real estate investing, because I think no matter what you're doing, period, you need to have real estate as a part of your portfolio. So no matter what industry you're in, you look at anyone successful, a percentage of their business, a percentage of their wealth is in real estate. And for me, I'm all about, all right, what am I doing to help the next, not even generation, it's the next person. And then for me, it's a lot of different ways people can help people. But for me, I think God instilled in me this ability to understand real estate and be able to teach it in a fun, creative way that people can relate to. And that's what we're doing through our program.
Love it.
Very
That's
cool.
excellent.
So we're going to start wrapping up, and it's funny because some of the questions that we would normally ask, you've
We
kind
asked.
we have going to the pool place when you're in middle school, and
It's called
then
a
you're
strip club. Like, we can
we'll call it a strip club. So I guess that's what it's called. But so you strip clubs in middle school, and then driving hearse to showings is your crazy real estate. So what would you tell your younger self? I mean, you just covered that. So I'm gonna go ahead and, what is one thing nobody would know about you? Do you have a hobby? Do you have something that if you were to come out and say I do this, people are like, what?
That's a good one. I would say most people wouldn't know that I'm truly like a introvert and a loner. Like I really I don't mind being by myself, and I don't really.
I mean, we figured that out during COVID. You just told your wife, so you kind of already said that too.
And we were talking about networking as your net worth and stuff like that. I really just like to just kind of be in my own space, but I understand the need and the necessity of it, so I do it. Right?
Yeah,
but
that's like me. I'm like that too.
I'm truly like, let me just. I don't mind being in my own thoughts, in my own space, and most people wouldn't know that because I'm outgoing. I'm out. If you see me, I'm gonna have a conversation with you if I've met you or not. But that's not truly naturally who I am.
Right, I get it.
Awesome.
All right,
Do you guys have, because he answered all the questions. Do you have?
He didn't really answer his craziest real estate story.
Yeah,
My
do you have a
craziest
craziest
story?
real estate story?
Oh, that's. Where do we start with that one? My craziest.
Besides the hearse.
I was gonna say that would be.
So my craziest real estate story. I mean, you have the people that stole this and stole that. Probably like a month ago. So I had to evict one of my tenants. Unfortunately, it's not like that's what I love to do, right? But she was breeding dogs.
Okay.
She was breeding dogs in the house, right?
I had that before.
So breeding dogs. I go over there. We finally get her out. I open the door and it looks like a murder scene. Like it's blood and it's a trail of blood leading to like the kitchen where there's another puddle of blood. I'm like, I don't know if I'm in a crime scene or kind of what's going on. This was like 2 weeks ago. So that's probably like I've seen some wild stuff inside the houses, but that was probably probably shouldn't be talking about. I didn't even call the police, and I just cleaned it up.
It was. I'm assuming it was the dog.
I
Yeah.
think it was either the dogs or whatever she was feeding them. She was feeding them like live, like she's feeding them animals.
What?
Yeah.
That's actually not very like you.
What
You're
live
actually you
animals?
should actually not live animal. Well, I mean that.
I mean, they were dead.
yeah,
but
but you're
yeah.
actually supposed to feed your dogs like real
Like
meat,
what?
like
Like
real
a rat?
No, like real beef or like liver, like real livers and stuff like that. You're actually like a lot of people feed
Cooked,
their
right?
dogs.
Like I've seen people cook for their dogs.
No, like dogs are supposed to eat like raw food. All the stuff in dog food is all like
Preservatives.
But just for it to be like that,
but
just
that's
blood
a little, I mean that's a
everywhere,
little
like-
extreme. Like that's kind of
Yes.
extreme. But there are a lot of people that like, especially like people who own farms and stuff. They will feed their dogs raw meat or liver or raw chicken, like a chicken that they might have killed.
Is it
on
like
the-
good for them or
It's
something?
it's supposed to be, yeah. It's like really healthy for them. Not, I mean, we don't do it, but
I hope not.
no, I know you'll probably never touch my dog. Although she'll never touch my 120-pound Rottweiler. Like we just fed her a chicken. So
But that's probably the wildest
we
stuff
don't.
I've
No,
seen.
Yeah.
we don't.
Like a-
we really, yeah, like people, especially people on farms, like they'll kill a chicken to feed to their dogs.
You kill the chicken to feed to your dog?
Do you kill the chicken to feed to yourself?
I
No,
don't
that's
eat
a waste
chicken.
of
I know you don't eat chicken. I know you don't eat chicken. I'm talking about people actually, like, I live in the country, you guys. Like, everyone has chickens around us. Like, it's not.
No, but you actually like killed the chicken.
I
and
didn't.
then
No, I
fed-
don't do that. But there are.
The chicken died, and then
It's deep feathered.
You
And then
said
it's,
you just fed your dog a chicken.
No,
So-
I
I was making a joke
Oh,
because if
okay.
you
I
guys
thought
came
you were
over and
for
saw
real.
Willow, like I
Okay.
was making a joke and said, like I was
Got
gonna
it.
tell Brooke, like yeah, I just fed her a
Okay.
chicken.
I just thought you
No,
were for real,
No,
but that's
no,
fine.
no.
I was like, I know it's like a lot of like wild animals and
Yes,
stuff.
I don't.
around
I
there,
don't
so.
have chickens on my property. No. Wow.
Okay, so
On that
and then
note-
you didn't really answer either. Like, what would you tell your younger self?
I kind of answered it with what I would tell the high school senior,
Yeah.
but again, what I
But
would tell
your younger self,
my
like,
younger
what would you-
self, I would say, just have no fear. Have no fear. I grew up like I did things because I knew this would make my parents happy.
Mm-hmm.
So instead of like this is what I wanted to do, it worked out. But I think like when I'm raising my kids, I'm gonna encourage them. Like, all right, what are you really interested
Yeah.
in? What are you, instead of like guiding them towards
Yeah.
something, right?
Yeah.
So just really like being able to self-think and like, all right, this is the life I designed for myself, and this is the route I want to take it within reason. Of course,
Yeah.
you guide them, but I did a lot of things out of this is what I know my parents would want me to do.
Pleasing them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but I think that's what I would tell
No,
my
that's
younger
great.
self.
Yeah, I love it. I completely agree.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
Definitely. Like we do that all the time. I always ask kids like, "What do you want to be?" And it changes literally every year, or sometimes even months. Like 1 minute, it's one thing. The next, now Zoe wants to be a travel blogger, and I'm like, oh,
Okay.
That's a good one.
that's what she wants to do. And I was like, okay, I guess we're doing this.
But
But no,
you know what I love
but
about
it's a conversation.
Yeah, I love about this generation.
Yeah.
Is like they're completely different from us. They're not like doing what they were like told to do. They're like stepping outside the box
Yeah.
and like questioning stuff. Like
Yeah.
my kids ask like a ton of questions. Like I can't just say do it because I said so. Like
That
no,
doesn't-
that doesn't work
why?
anymore.
Like
Yeah.
why? And back then it was like our parents could just say no. You just do it because I told you to do it.
Yeah.
They didn't have to give us a reason.
Yeah.
You just
And
have to
that's
do
what
it.
they said too. I don't have to give you a reason.
Yeah,
Because I said so.
I'm the parent.
Because
Like,
I said so.
Because I
Yeah,
said, oh
that was the
gosh,
answer.
That doesn't work in my house either. Because I
Yeah.
said so doesn't work. In
it doesn't
my
work
house.
anymore.
No.
So I love
No.
that about this generation.
Depends
of
on when it
kids.
happens, though. Like the questions,
Yeah.
man. Sometimes they're a lot.
Yeah, it is.
So, all right.
So Brooke,
All right, cool. Well, thank you guys for tuning back in. Next week we have Mike Perna, but two people aren't going to be here next week.
yeah,
Not to mention names.
I
unfortunately,
know we won't be here.
So I think it's just
well, you'll
not-
be having a lot more fun than I will be. So
yeah,
Yeah, you're going to Mary J. Blige
Mary J.
concert.
concert.
Yeah, I'm going to a concert.
That'll be
I
so
won't
much
be
fun.
here.
That'll be pretty awesome.
And-
so.
Neo and Mario too.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
That'll be a good
I like
one.
all three.
That'll be a good one.
That'd be a
So,
good one.
yes.
So it's just going to be Rob and I next week, and Mike Perna. So stay tuned for that. But thank you for coming on the podcast.
Yes, thank you.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, we'll see you
All
guys
right.
soon.
All right.
Peace.
Sounds good.
Peace.
Bye.
Peace.
Bye.
Bye.
That was fun.